As the clock struck midnight on New Year's Eve in Times Square, fireworks exploded overhead, but Louis felt nothing but emptiness, staring at the sea of cheering strangers while his mind replayed the day Ben walked away for that dream job in San Francisco. Months of silence had turned their once vibrant love into a ghost, haunted by unanswered texts and fading memories. Then, through the crowd, a familiar voice called his name, shattering the isolation like a champagne bottle popping. Ben was back, but with secrets that would test everything they believed in. Louis Thompson had always been the steady one, rooted in New York City where he worked as a mid-level editor at a publishing house. At 28, he was the guy who showed up on time, paid his bills, and dreamed quietly of a life beyond the cubicle walls. Ben Rivera, on the other hand, was the spark. 2 years younger, with a laugh that could light up a room and ambitions that pulled him across the country. They met 3 years ago at a mutual friend's book launch party in Brooklyn, where Ben's charisma as a budding software engineer drew Louis in like a moth to flame. What started as casual banter over cheap wine evolved into stolen weekends, whispered promises, and a love that felt unbreakable. But work had a way of cracking foundations. Ben's company offered him a promotion that meant relocating to the West Coast, lead developer on a groundbreaking AI project. "It's just temporary," Ben had said, packing his bags in their cramped Queens apartment. "We'll make it work with visits and calls." Louis nodded, forcing a smile, but deep down, he knew the distance would erode them. New York to San Francisco was more than miles. It was time zones, conflicting schedules, and the subtle pull of new lives. For the first few weeks, they talked every night, sharing the mundane details that kept them connected. Louis would describe the chaos of subway commutes, while Ben raved about foggy mornings and tech meetups. As months dragged on, the calls grew shorter. Ben's voice carried exhaustion from late-night coding sessions, and Louis's stories felt repetitive, laced with unspoken loneliness. Social media became their battlefield. Ben posting pictures with new colleagues at rooftop bars, Louis scrolling through them late at night, wondering if those smiles meant something more. Jealousy crept in, uninvited but persistent. Louis's friends noticed his withdrawal, urging him to date others, but he couldn't. "Ben's coming back," he'd insist, though doubt gnawed at him. Family added fuel to the fire. Louis came from a conservative Midwestern background. His parents, still in Ohio, tolerated his sexuality but never embraced it. "We love you, but we don't understand," his mother had said during a tense Thanksgiving call last year. Ben's family was different. Puerto Rican roots in New Jersey, loud and affectionate, but traditional Catholicism lingered. Ben's abuela prayed for him to find the right path, code for settling down with a woman. The couple had kept their relationship low-key around relatives, but the separation amplified the pressure. Louis's sister, the only family ally, warned him, "If Ben's not fighting for this, maybe it's time to let go." One evening in October, Louis hit a breaking point. Scrolling through Ben's Instagram, he saw a photo of Ben arm in arm with a handsome coworker at a Halloween party. The caption, "Nights like these make the move worth it." Louis's heart sank. He typed a furious message. "Who is he?" Ben's reply came hours later. "Just a friend. You're overreacting." The argument escalated over FaceTime, words flying like daggers. "You're building a life without me," Louis shouted. Ben sighed. "I'm trying to build our future. Why can't you support that?" They hung up without resolution, and the silence stretched into weeks. By December, Louis threw himself into work, editing manuscripts that mirrored his turmoil, stories of lost love and second chances. He volunteered at a local LGBTQ center, facilitating support groups where others shared similar heartaches. It helped, but the void remained. Ben's texts dwindled to holiday greetings, polite but distant. Louis wondered if this was the end, if love could survive ambition's grasp. As New Year's Eve approached, New York buzzed with anticipation. Louis's friends dragged him to Times Square, insisting on fresh starts. Bundled in coats against the chill, he stood amid the throng, confetti swirling like snow. The ball drop countdown began, echoes of 10, 9, filling the air. That's when he heard it, his name clear and urgent. Turning, he saw Ben pushing through the crowd, eyes locked on him. Time froze. Ben looked the same, yet different. Tired lines around his eyes. But that smile, oh that smile. They collided in an embrace, the world fading. I couldn't stay away, Ben whispered. I quit the job. I'm back for good. Louis pulled back, stunned. What? Why? Ben's eyes glistened. Because without you, none of it mattered. I realized that on a lonely flight home. Fireworks burst above, sealing the moment in color and light. But as they kissed amid cheers, Louis sensed unfinished business. Ben had returned, but at what cost? The reunion wasn't all bliss. Back in their old apartment, Ben had kept the key. Reality set in. Boxes of Ben's belongings arrived from California, symbols of a life interrupted. Over coffee the next morning, Ben confessed. There was someone, briefly, a colleague who flirted, and I almost gave in. Louis's stomach twisted. Did you? Ben shook his head. No, but I thought about it. The distance made me question everything. Honesty hung heavy, a double-edged sword. Louis felt betrayed, yet relieved. Better the truth than lies. They talked for hours, unpacking emotions like forgotten luggage. Louis admitted his own temptations. Coffee dates with a charming author that never went further. We both faltered, he said. But we're here now. Forgiveness came slowly, built on tears and tentative touches. Yet external storms brewed. Ben's family learned of his return through a social media post. A photo of the couple toasting New Year's. His mother called, voice laced with disapproval. You threw away your career for this? What will Abuela say? The confrontation escalated at a family dinner in New Jersey. Ben's relatives gathered, a mix of warmth and tension. Abuela, frail but sharp, eyed Louis suspiciously. Benjamin, you know what the church teaches, she said over arroz con candles. Ben defended. Love is love, Abuela. Louis makes me happy. Murmurs rippled. Support from a cousin, silence from uncles. The evening ended in arguments, Ben's father pulling him aside. Think about your future. Kids, legacy. Ben stood firm, but the rift widened. Back in New York, societal pressures mounted. At work, Louis faced subtle homophobia. A colleague's offhand joke about gay drama during a meeting. Ben struggled job hunting, his resume gap raising eyebrows. Why leave such a prestigious role? Interviewers asked. He couldn't say, for love, without risking judgment. Friends offered mixed advice. Some cheered the romance, others questioned the sacrifice. Is it worth derailing your career? One asked Ben. Amid the chaos, their bond deepened. They attended pride events, finding community solace. Louis introduced Ben to his support group, where stories of resilience inspired them. Yet doubts lingered. One night, lying in bed, Louis whispered, Did you really quit for me? Or was it something else? Ben hesitated. The job was toxic, long hours, no life. But yes, you were the push. Truth layered with complexity. Their love a tapestry of choices. As winter thawed into spring, new conflicts arose. Louis's parents visited, their first since the reunion. Dinner was awkward, his mother probing. So, Ben's back. Is this permanent? Louis nodded, holding Ben's hand under the table. His father changed the subject to politics, railing against woke culture and same-sex marriage laws. It's unnatural, he muttered. Louis exploded. Dad, I'm your son. This is my life. The visit ended early, strained goodbyes masking hurt. Ben faced his own demons. A former colleague from San Francisco reached out, offering a remote position. Temptation flickered. Stability versus uncertainty. What if I take it? He asked Louis. We could have both. But Louis saw the risk. Distance again, albeit virtual. Is that what you want? The question hung, forcing Ben to choose anew. Through therapy sessions, joint and individual, they navigated the maze. The counselor emphasized communication, urging them to confront societal biases head-on. Your love challenges norms, she said. That's powerful, but exhausting. They volunteered more, advocating for LGBTQ rights at rallies, turning personal pain into purpose. Yet a bombshell dropped in summer. Ben's abuela fell ill, her final wish. See Ben married in the church. Family pressured him. Honor her. Find a nice girl. Ben refused, but guilt gnawed. At her bedside, he confessed his truth. Abuela, I love Louis. That's my path. Tears flowed. She squeezed his hand. Mi niño, be happy. Her passing brought closure, but debates raged at the funeral. Relatives divided on acceptance. Louis's career hit a snag too. His publishing house faced backlash for a controversial gay-themed book he edited, protesters picketing outside. Colleagues distanced themselves, whispers of too political. Louis stood by it. Stories like ours need telling. Ben supported him, but stress tested their resilience. As fall approached, they planned a commitment ceremony simple in Central Park. Invitations sparked more drama. Louis's parents declined, citing conflicts. Ben's family attended unevenly, some boycotting. The day arrived crisp and clear, friends filling the gaps. Vows exchanged, rings slipped on, a kiss sealing promises. Happiness bloomed, hard-won, but shadows remained. A heated online debate erupted when Ben posted ceremony photos, trolls accusing them of forcing agendas, supporters praising courage. Louis pondered the cost. Careers stalled, families fractured. In quiet moments, they reflected. Was it all worth it? Ben asked one evening, watching the city lights. Louis smiled. Every bit. Their love, forged in fire, stood strong. The ceremony's afterglow faded as real life resumed. Louis returned to work, facing a performance review tinged with bias. His boss, a straight-laced executive, hinted, "Your personal life is drawing attention. Keep it separate." Louis bit his tongue, but resentment built. Ben landed a local job at a startup, lower pay but flexible hours. "It's a start," he said, masking disappointment. Social circles shifted too. Old friends from Ben's tech world viewed his return as regression. "You had it all in SF," one texted. "Love's great, but don't settle." Louis's literary crowd was more supportive, but even there, envy surfaced. "Must be nice having someone quit for you." Insecurities flared. Did Ben resent the choice? A major conflict arose in November, election season heating up. New York buzzed with debates on LGBTQ rights, proposed bills threatening protections. Louis and Ben marched in protests, signs high, "Love wins." But at a rally, they encountered Louis's estranged uncle, a vocal conservative. Words exchanged. "You're destroying family values," the uncle shouted. Louis retorted, "Family values include loving your nephew." The encounter went viral on social media, amplifying their story. Media attention followed, local news interviewing them as the reunited couple fighting for equality. Flattering at first, it invited scrutiny. Anonymous hate mail arrived. "Go back to hiding." Ben's new boss, discovering the publicity, questioned his focus. "We need discretion here." Pressure mounted, testing their unity. Holidays amplified divides. Thanksgiving with Ben's family was tense. Empty seats where boycotters sat out. His mother tried bridging. "We're family," despite differences. But arguments simmered over turkey. Louis's side opted for a quiet dinner alone. His sister's call the only warmth. "Proud of you, bro." Christmas brought unexpected reconciliation. Ben's cousin, previously silent, reached out. "Saw your interview. Opened my eyes." Small victories, but exhausting. Louis confided in Ben. "Sometimes I wonder if we're fighting too hard." Ben held him. "That's why we do it. For us, for others." Winter storms mirrored their turmoil. A health scare hit. Louis's father hospitalized with a heart issue. Louis flew to Ohio, Ben by his side. In the waiting room, his mother softened. "Thank you for coming." Conversations turned deep. "I don't agree, but I see your happiness." No full acceptance, but a crack in the wall. Back home, Ben faced temptation again. His old SF boss offered a high-stakes project, remote but demanding travel. "It's once in a lifetime," Ben said, eyes conflicted. Louis felt panic. "We just got back together." The decision weighed heavy, career versus relationship. Ben turned it down. "I've chosen us." Spring renewed hope. They adopted a dog, a rescue mutt named Luna, symbolizing fresh starts. Walks in the park fostered normalcy. Louis's book project gained traction, a memoir anthology on queer experiences. Ben contributed a chapter, their story woven in. Yet society pushed back. A neighborhood incident. Vandals spray-painted slurs on their building. Police dismissed it as kids' prank. But fear lingered. They installed cameras, joined community watches. "This is our home," Louis declared. Summer vacations offered escape, a road trip to Cape Cod. Beach days, bonfires, rekindling intimacy. But even there, stares from passers-by reminded them of otherness. "Ignore them," Ben said, but it stung. Returning a bombshell, Louis's company restructured, laying off his department. Jobless, he spiraled. "Everything's falling apart." Ben supported. "We'll figure it out." Louis freelanced, Ben worked overtime. Strain showed, arguments over finances, little things exploding. Therapy helped again. "Conflict is growth," the counselor said. They emerged stronger, Louis landing a better role at an inclusive publisher. As another New Year's Eve neared, they reflected on the year. Growth amid chaos, love prevailing. The anniversary of their reunion brought mixed emotions. Times Square again, but this time together, hands clasped. Fireworks mirrored their journey, brilliant, explosive. Yet unresolved issues simmered. Ben's career stagnation frustrated him. "I missed the challenge," he admitted. Louis encouraged. "Start your own thing." Ben launched a freelance coding business, thriving slowly. Success bred confidence, but also distance. Late nights echoing SF days. Louis's new job empowered him, editing progressive content. A high-profile project on LGBTQ history drew acclaim, but backlash too. Online trolls targeted him, doxing attempts forcing privacy settings. Family dynamics evolved unevenly. Ben's mother invited them for Easter, a tentative olive branch. Conversations flowed better, acceptance budding. Louis's parents sent a card. "Thinking of you." Progress, glacial but real. Societal debates intensified. Supreme Court rulings on gay rights loomed, protests swelling. Louis and Ben spoke at events, their story inspiring youth. A teen approached. "You give me hope. Worth the fight." But personal toll mounted. Friends' weddings highlighted their status. Legal marriage possible, but family rifts deterred. "Should we?" Louis asked. Ben nodded. When ready. A crisis hit in June. Ben's old flame from SF visited New York on business. Reaching out for catch-up. Ben mentioned it casually. Louis tensed. "Why meet?" Ben insisted. Closure. The dinner was innocent, but Louis's imagination ran wild. Trust fractured briefly, apologies mending it. August brought heat waves and heated arguments. Finances tight, tempers short. "You regret coming back," Louis accused. Ben denied. "No, but it's hard." Honesty rebuilt bridges. Fall elections polarized. They canvassed for pro-LGBTQ candidates. Doors slammed in faces. Resilience grew. Thanksgiving reunited families partially. Louis's sister hosted, parents attending awkwardly. Toasts to health, underlying tensions. Christmas magic worked. Gifts exchanged, stories shared. Louis's dad pulled him aside. "I'm trying to understand." Tears, hugs, breakthrough. New challenges arose. Ben's business boomed, requiring travel. "Just a week," he said. Louis nodded, but loneliness echoed past separations. Upon return, celebration. A proposal. Ben knelt in their apartment, ring in hand. "Marry me?" Louis, yes, joy overflowing. Planning sparked drama. Venue debates. Guest lists divisive. Ben's relatives split. Some excited, others abstaining. Lewis's parents. We'll come, but no church. The wedding approached, nerves high. Rehearsal dinner tense, speeches revealing biases. A cousin's toast, love conquers. Another's silence spoke volumes. Wedding day dawned sunny. Central Park bloomed, vows heartfelt. In sickness and health against all odds. Kiss sealed, cheers erupted. Honeymoon in Hawaii, beaches, sunsets. Bliss uninterrupted. Return to reality, married life. Legal perks, but societal stares persisted. A year later, reflecting, happiness found, battles won. Married life settled into rhythm. Mornings with coffee, evenings with Luna walks. But work demands pulled. Lewis's memoir published, bestseller lists. Interviews delved personal. How did separation strengthen you? Answers honest, sparking discussions. Ben's business expanded, hiring staff. Pride in independence but time scarce. Date nights scheduled, keeping spark alive. Community involvement deepened. Mentoring queer youth, advocating policies. Family ties mended slowly. Joint holidays awkward but improving. Abuela's memory honored with acceptance. Societal shifts. Laws passed favoring equality. Victories celebrated. Personal growth. Therapy ongoing, communication key. A twist. Lewis considered adoption. Build our family. Ben hesitant. With our histories? Debates ensued. Pros cons weighed. Research classes attended. Application filed, waiting anxious. Approval came, joy immense. But process revealed biases, agencies questioning stability. A child entered their lives. Foster to adopt, a boy named Miguel. Challenges, adjustments, sleepless nights. Family reactions mixed. Ben's side warmed, Lewis's cautious. Parenthood transformed them. Love multiplied. Priorities shifted. Conflicts arose, work-life balance. Lewis scaled back. Ben delegated. Miguel's school issues. Bullying over 2 dads. Advocacy fierce. Meetings with principals. Community support rallied. Years passed, milestones marked. Miguel's firsts. Steps, words, graduations. Reflecting on journey. From separation to family. Happiness hard-earned. As Miguel grew, so did their world. Teen years brought rebellion, questions about origins. Why 2 dads? Honest talks, books shared. Society evolved, acceptance broader. But pockets of resistance remained. Lewis's career peaked. Awards, speaking tours. Ben's company went public, success sweet. Retirement loomed, dreams of travel. Looking back, months apart a catalyst, reunion a turning point. Happiness found, but at costs, careers adjusted, families strained. Was sacrificing professional ambition for personal love the right choice?